But we just have to understand that when a transformational figure enters the fray, you got to pause and then isolate and compartmentalize and give them the love that they're due. And in this case, it belongs to Caitlin Clark.
There's only one that can do what Caitlin Clark did. Bring all those eyes. For pure basketball purists, there's nobody like her.
Caitlin Clark has made WNBA history yet again. Just when her record-breaking season seemed unbeatable, she achieved something no athlete has done in recent memory. Without even stepping onto the court, Clark swept all the major global Athlete of the Year honors, from Time's Athlete of the Year to SBJ's Business Athlete of the Year and the Associated Press Female Athlete of the Year. This basketball phenom appears unstoppable. But the story has taken a twist. Angel Reese is reportedly unhappy about it and even claims Clark doesn't deserve the accolades.
It's been hard for me, but adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of like just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
Caitlin Clark is box office. She is a star. If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. It's only 22.
Can you believe the drama unfolding right now? This isn't just about an award anymore. It's a so-called rivalry that has everyone talking. But here's the thing. Only one side seems to see it as a rivalry. Fans watch one superstar for her incredible skill, while the other seems more focused on making TikTok videos than making plays.
What is your stance on that?
So my whole thing was like, when I got drafted, number 7. So I'm like, cool. Like, the pressure is not even on me because I'm drafted 7, so the pressure shouldn't be up there. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can just hoop. I'm like, all right, cool.
It's because you started killing it.
Well, yeah.
And they're like, oh,
I'm still a rookie. I'm still figuring it out. Trying to figure things.
We're about to dive into a story that's sending shockwaves through the basketball community, packed with everything you could ask for: Clark's unmatched talent, her fierce competitive drive, and Reese's headline-grabbing antics. This is the kind of drama you won't want to miss. So let's break it down and uncover why Clark's recent haul of awards has everyone talking.
Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball floor.
All right. Let's get into the specifics of Clark's phenomenal season and why she earned every one of those awards. What she accomplished on the court didn't just make for a standout year in the WNBA, it completely redefined what it means to have a breakout season. You might be wondering how she managed to pull it off. Don't worry, we're about to break it all down.
Angel Reese spoke to the media. She didn't speak to the media after the game against Caitlin Clark, but a member of the Chicago Sky, the national title winner at LSU, and she talked about where all this attention started with her and Caitlin.
First up, Clark didn't just set records, she obliterated them in spectacular fashion. Remember when I mentioned she achieved something no other player in WNBA history ever has? Here's the deal. She broke 62 records. Not 1, not 2, you heard that right. 62. Can you even wrap your head around that? This isn't just a historic milestone. It's an entirely different level of greatness.
My expectation is to be one of the best players in the world one day. I wouldn't expect anything less than that.
Here's where things get really exciting. Clark's jaw-dropping performance wasn't just about the stats, translated directly into results on the court. Her exceptional play was a driving force behind the Indiana Fever clinching their first playoff spot in nearly a decade. Clark didn't just shine individually, she completely transformed the team's trajectory.
history for the Fever rookie.
At this point, continue to be myself, and I think a lot of good will come from that.
What's even more amazing is what Clark has accomplished off the court. Her influence has been nothing short of extraordinary. WNBA merchandise sales skyrocketed by an astonishing 500% during her rookie season, a 6-fold explosion that's no typo. It's as if Clark waved a magic wand and suddenly everyone wanted a piece of the WNBA. But it's not just about jerseys and memorabilia. Her presence has transformed the entire league, driving viewership to new heights, packing arenas with record attendance, and bringing the WNBA to audiences it had never reached before.
This is a phenomenon. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon.
Even sports economists are taking notice. Thea LaVille, A leading expert called Clark a lightning rod for women's basketball, and she's not wrong. Clark's influence has grown so monumental that people are comparing her to Michael Jordan in terms of revolutionizing the game's popularity. Now let's crunch the numbers. Clark's rookie season is estimated to have generated a staggering $36 million for Indianapolis alone. That's the kind of impact that gets team owners and city leaders buzzing. LaVille even predicts that professional women's basketball as a whole will see its combined values skyrocket by $1.6 billion in just the next 3 years. That's billion with a B. Talk about game-changing.
Look at this the way I did with Michael Jordan. Now, she's not the Michael Jordan of her sport as far as athleticism, playing, dominating. But A'ja Wilson is the best player in the game. Not even a debate. But I'm talking about value now. Value to a franchise, value to a league, getting your team in the playoffs. They had the #1 pick. They were the worst team last year. And there is value that I can attach.
So what does all this mean? Caitlin Clark isn't just a basketball star. She's a phenomenon reshaping the sport as we know it. She's redefining the game both on and off the court, attracting countless new fans and creating a massive economic impact. Her influence goes far beyond the stat sheet, proving she's exactly the superstar the WNBA has been waiting for to transform the league's future.
Talking about value, Michael Jordan was the most valuable player every single year because of what he meant to his team and what he meant to the league. And, oh, by the way, winning 6 titles. Can't argue with that. Caitlin Clark may not win titles. Las Vegas is still a great team. But the fact that she's doing what she's doing and at a very high level, you know, it's now commonplace where she'll go for 26 and 12. I mean, those are great numbers for any player, no matter how long you've been in.
Caitlin Clark's journey to sweeping all these awards might look like an inevitable triumph, but the full story is more complicated. Remember Angel Reese? She was the other rookie who had the basketball world buzzing. The media framed their so-called rivalry as the ultimate showdown, a battle for the ages that kept fans glued to every game. But the real question is, how close was this competition?
Angel Reese, there's nothing that she does where you go, did you see her? Other than she plays really, really hard, and I liken her game to Moses Malone. Moses Malone was relentless. So it's not that I don't appreciate who she is or how she plays. There is no one like Caitlin Clark. In the history of the WNBA,
Even the media couldn't stop comparing Reese and Clark, crafting a narrative of two young stars locked in a season-long duel. It seemed like the perfect setup for a dramatic climax, as if these two athletes were destined to go head-to-head all year. But as the season unfolded, some began to question whether the rivalry was truly as close as it appeared, or if it was more a product of media hype than on-court reality.
Saying Angel Reese is better than Caitlin Clark is saying Rodman was better than Michael Jordan, or Ben Wallace was better than Kobe, or even Andre Drummond was better than LeBron. And I shouldn't have to point out that Angel Reese is actually a poor defender.
The answer became crystal clear when Caitlin Clark was named Rookie of the Year and earned a spot on the first-team All-WNBA. This wasn't just a win, it was a decisive statement. That shattered the illusion of a neck-and-neck race. Reese, understandably upset, made no attempt to hide her feelings, openly disagreeing with the decision and insisting Clark didn't deserve the honor. Her reaction poured fuel on the fire, dividing fans and sparking heated debates online. The question remains, was Reese's frustration purely emotional, or was there something deeper driving her response?
Her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. Because she wins the national title, first thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then
Here's the bigger picture. Clark isn't simply competing for awards. She has an innate drive to be the best and perform at the highest level, transcending the game without relying on rivalries. Her skill isn't just intense, transformative, drawing unprecedented attention to women's basketball. This isn't just the story of a player. It's the story of someone elevating the entire sport and inspiring fans everywhere.
Thought scoring, yes, she's the all-time greatest scorer in the history of college basketball, men's or women's, but passing like this? I'm talking about gifted LeBron-esque bounce passing. I'm talking about gifted LeBron-esque two-handed, full court, touchdown pass kind of passing, the likes of which I don't see in the WNBA.
While it may not be for her on-court skill, Reese is still drawing plenty of attention to women's basketball land. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Think about it. When was the last time two WNBA rookies generated this much buzz? One captivates fans with skill and grace, the other with her off-court presence and activities. Social media is ablaze with discussions, highlights, and debates, and games featuring Clark and Reese have pulled in record-breaking audiences. These two aren't just athletes, they're catalysts for a movement, energizing the league and making women's basketball a national conversation.
Skinny white girl was the best thing that ever happened to the WNBA. She's already the most exciting and entertaining player in the league, the entire league, the one you can't take your eyes off of.
Clark's global awards carry a weight far beyond her individual performance. They signal a turning point for the WNBA. She's not just breaking records, she's redefining what's possible. Her ability to draw fans, spark excitement, and command attention has been nothing short of extraordinary. People aren't just calling her a great player, they're calling her a transformative figure capable of reshaping the entire league. But with great attention comes great scrutiny. Not everyone in the WNBA community is thrilled about the spotlight on Clark. Some veterans and former legends have voiced concerns that the intense focus on one player could overshadow other talented athletes.
Asia Wilson is her name, quote, "It doesn't matter what we all do as black women, we're still going to be swept under."
So why the pushback? For some, it's about fairness. They believe other players who have made major contributions to the league aren't getting the recognition they deserve. Others worry the hype around Clark could create unrealistic expectations or shift attention away from the teamwork that makes basketball so special. But here's the twist to all. This debate and controversy might actually be helping women's basketball. It's sparking conversations, attracting new fans, and shining a spotlight on the WNBA like never before.
To cut down 22-year-old Caitlin Clark, who has single-handedly changed the game, brought in millions of other young fans, old fans. How about the ratings in college basketball for her? Record ratings. And now in her very short WNBA career, shattering records. Isn't that a win for everybody?
This isn't just about Clark, it's about the broader implications for the sport. Her success has reignited conversations about how the WNBA promotes its players and builds its brand. Some argue the league should do a better job of marketing all its stars, not just the latest sensation. Still, there's no denying that Clark's presence has been a catalyst for change, injecting fresh energy and excitement into women's basketball.
What are we doing and why? Please stop. Let's celebrate Caitlin Clark, celebrate her greatness, celebrate her courage to keep pushing.
Clark didn't just win records, she obliterated them, redefined expectations, and set a new standard for what a season can be. She's raised the bar for women's basketball, inspiring the next generation of players and fans alike. Clark has proven that elite competition and skill can capture the public's imagination, creating moments that resonate far beyond the games themselves. She's brought unprecedented visibility to the WNBA, showing that women's basketball can be every bit as thrilling and compelling as the men's game, and she's only just getting started.
Clark, you go, girl. Don't listen to these people. Keep going strong. Most of us are normal and have your back. So
what's next for Clark and Reese? Their so-called rivalry has already brought massive attention to the league, but it feels like this is just the beginning. The next time they face off, remember, this isn't only about competition. It's about progress, growth, and the future of the sport. These two athletes aren't just playing for themselves. They're helping shape the future of women's basketball. And what's next for the WNBA in the Caitlin Clark era? One thing's for sure, the ball is in her court. How she plays will set the standard for women's basketball for years to come.